All right, we're here for round one. Won the die roll. Gonna play first. And yeah, this is fine. This is fine. If we draw another land, we can start pack ratting. I think we're gonna start with this Arid Mesa. Say go. This is gonna go get our Badlands. All right. Go get our Badlands. Bam. Wandering Fumarole. So what we could do is we can play Fumarole this turn. Next turn we play the Prism. No. We can just play the Prism now. And if we do draw an untapped land, we can play Pack Rat and have the ability to activate it. I think we're gonna do that. All right, go ahead. So yeah, if we get an untapped land, we can play Pack Rat, activate it, so then we have 2 Pack Rats out, and we don't have we have just a much better chance at winning with Pack Rat. If we play Pack Rat on 2 and then hope it lives, like that's just another story, and I'd rather not risk that. All right, nothing from our opponent. Lightning Helix. Let's see. We could play a Johnny Vengeance. I kind of think that they have some sort of like Mana Leak or Remand type card. So I'd rather, let's see, I think I'd rather have Pack Rat get nerfed by a counterspell. And this way, this also, oh, okay, they have nothing. Like I'd rather this get countered than this, because this is just going to provide so much more long-term equity compared to Pack Rat. I mean, Pack Rat definitely has equity, but it takes more cards out of Pack Rat for it to work. Okay. Do I want to play that, or do I want to discard it to the Pack Rat? I'm going to play it. I'm going to put that on the bottom, because we have both the Johnny Vengeance, Lightning Helix, and Control Magic to deal with creatures. Yeah, I'm going to put that on the bottom. And yeah, we'll just use Pack Rat now. Discarding Secure the Waste. All right. Next turn, we can even Pack Rat twice, which is pretty great. And if they play some sort of big creature here, we can always just steal it with Control Magic. But they have to worry about this Pack Rat getting out of control. At least I would be worried about that. If we draw a land, we can actually play Control Magic plus use Pack Rat, which I think is kind of cool. All right. Opponent's tapping a lot of things, untapping a lot of things. All right, we're tapping things. We're using mana. We're playing Tezzeret. All right. With a mana floating. You got it. Anything? Anything at all. It's colorless mana. All right, so opponent found a Metalworker off that. Playing Tolarian Academy. Playing Metalworker. Great, great. That's great. I think with this, we're going to end up discarding it. Question is, do we want to kill this metal worker? And I think the answer is we're going to just attack both of these pack rats into Tezzeret. If they block with the metal worker, great. If they don't, then the Tezzeret dies, and then we can just lightning helix this. And if they block with the metal worker, that's great too, because then we can just activate pack rat twice and then kill Tezzeret anyways and kill the metal worker. As it is, we're just killing Tezzeret. So let's see. We could Ajani Vengeance this. Or we could lightning helix this and play Ajani Vengeance. I actually like that. And then we can Ajani Vengeance like this. So let's lightning helix here. White, red. I'm actually going to play this land so we're not using all the counters off of our Pentad Prism. And that doesn't untap. Could have cut him off of black, but cutting him off of more blue, if they have like another artifact or artifacts, maybe with some Moxen, I don't want them to get extra colors. And yeah, they could always just have another swamp. And we can still, by keeping the counter on the Pentad Prism, now we can still play the control magic if they have a creature here. And they just pass the turn. Okay. So let's keep that tap down. And we'll attack. Attack him for 6. And then this is actually lethal next turn. Sure. I assume our opponent has something big here. But it has to be something big that affects the board. Like, they can't just play something like a Shield Grid, because then they just die. They can't play Consecrated Sphinx, or else they just die. Pretty much need to play, like, Toxic Deluge. Probably not Tezzeret. Tezzeret's probably not where you want to be. So they have both Tezzerets, Metal Worker. They got a lot of manas. Wormcoil Engine. And our opponent is dead. So let's see. Blue, blue, 2. So, yeah. Just do that. 3, 6, 9. And then Ajani is the last 3. Attack you. And zap. Nope. All right. Game 1. Got there. Opponent looks like they are heavy artifacts, so bam. Yeah, I think Disenchant's probably just the one that we're bringing in. Gosh, that Black Splash was actually just really easy with Pack Rat. Let's see. I think maybe the Bonfire is not great. Opponent does have Planeswalkers. Yeah, let's get rid of Bonfire. That's looking like the one I am least interested in. There's also Revel Arc that we could take out. But I mean, like, if we, like, discard something like Reflector Mage to a Pack Rat, we can always just get it back with Revel Arc. I do like keeping the Secure the Waste in for things like Gideon. We can also get them back with, there. But yeah, I think Bonfire is just probably the weakest of them all. And we can run this. All right. What do we got here? Ooh, this is a spicy one. This is a whole lot of cards our opponent didn't see. Except for Penta Prism. I'm going to keep this. This looks great. This can get Badlands. This can get Watery Grave. Okay. Opponent would be... So, Phantasmal Image is great too. Phantasmal Image plus Monastery Mentor. Oof. What is this? Golgari Signet. That's fine. Dak Faden is pretty good. We should get a Dak Faden. Play that, and so we could play Pentaprism, but I kind of want to get Mentor out before we play this. You know what? No, I'm going to get Pentaprism out now. And then I'm going to say go, because then we can always play like Mentor and then, have our Lingering Souls. Three mana Basalt Monolith. All right. Lots of artifacts. Mountain. So we can go Monastery Mentor, Phantasmal Image, Monastery Mentor. Or we can Lightning Helix them. Or we could play Mentor, hold up the counters here, so we can always just have Lightning Helix. Then the following turn, play Phantasmal Image, play Lingering Souls. I think I like that. All right, so Lotus Bloom's coming off this turn. And there's their Lotus. Lots of artifacts. Haven't seen our Disenchant. I don't know what we would disenchant at this point. Maybe this. They have 3, 6, 7, 8, 9 mana. 12 if you count this. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So they could play like Blightsteel. Problem is that we can like Phantasmal Image it and then Reflector Mage it. And that's kind of big game. We could do that all in one turn also. And have a mana up. That's gross. This looks big. This looks like a Wormcoil Engine, which again we can just Reflector Mage or Phantasmal Image and then Reflector Mage. And Phantasmal Image on a Wormcoil Engine is pretty gross. What is this? You have something else? Shadow Mage. I don't care about that. You have something else too? Oh goodness. What are you trying to do here? Uh-huh. So you have to use one of... There you go. There you go. What is this? To untap it. Sure. All right. So let's Phantasmal Image the Wormcoil Engine. And then Reflector Mage the Wormcoil Engine. And then... And we'll just pass. So the Wormcoil Engine is good to copy with Phantasmal Image because it's so easy to, to kill this, but then it breaks into 2 Wormcoil Engine tokens. So you don't have to worry about that. You can't play Wormcoil Engine again. You got to have something else. Smokestack. Well, we do have Mentor plus Lingering Souls plus Lightning Helix. So I don't see the smokestack being very good for our opponent. Yeah. That's great. So let's go to 3 for Lingering Souls. We get a monk. And then I'm not going to flash back the Lingering Souls. Should I Lightning Helix this now? Or should I flash this back? I think I want to hold off flashing it back. I think I want to just Lightning Helix it. And we get a bunch of other triggers. We can get in for 1 million. It's more like 12, but still pretty good. So we can even like sacrifice the Worm Coil engine to the smokestack. We can sacrifice the Pentab Prism because who cares about that? Oh my gosh, and they're putting a counter on it too? What are you doing, friend? So then you can sacrifice your Worm Coil engine? This is all very suspicious. So we need to do 14 to him. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We're very close. We'll sacrifice this, which has no meaning. All right. So let's flash this back. So if we attack with this Worm Coil engine, it's actually pretty good because then he'll have to start sacrificing the tokens, which I'm sure that he wants to sacrifice this first, and then he'll have the tokens left over. So attack with that, attack with these. I'm going to say that's fine. So then he's forced to block this. And we both get Worm Coil tokens, which is cool. And then I'm going to play this Arid Mason. Sego. So unfortunately, right now, we can't play our Jace and we can't play Control Magic. We don't have another blue. And from what I remember, the Arid Mesa cannot go get a blue source from our deck. So a little awkward, but it's okay. Wow, Smokestack up to 2? That's a little crazy, but all right. I think we just... Oh, I see. Oh, a Smokestack? Ooh, that's very cute. That's very, very cute. So I have to sacrifice this right now. So we'll get our Badlands. So that way he doesn't get to look through our deck along with just completely getting us with the Smokestack. But it's also down to 1 card in hand. We also have 1 card, but we also have like just everything. All right, what are we sacrificing? You choose. Probably Mentor and probably Watery Grave. Yeah, it's probably... Whoa, what did they sacrifice? I have to see what they sacrificed there. 2 spirits? Friend. Okay, yeah, that's fine too. They could also impulse and take a land, which they should probably do. I hope it's just 4 awesome spells. That'd be so cool. Ooh, all right. Well, we're probably getting the island, which is good because we still haven't seen Jace and we still haven't seen Control Magic. They're definitely not giving us Westvale Abbey, and they're definitely not giving us either of the Planeswalkers. So this was actually kind of a great impulse. Heck, there's a chance that I would have taken one of the Planeswalkers, maybe even Gideon, because then we can just like emblem Gideon and just get there, or emblem, or probably actually Elspeth. I don't know. It would have been close. All of them would have been good. Island is great too because it does just give us outs. Now they have to sacrifice 2 things. They should probably sacrifice the Basalt Monolith, maybe the Mishra's Workshop. But Smokestack Mindslaver is very real. All right, 5. Oop, not 5. Backing this all the way out. 2. All right. I think this is probably a Tezzeret. Gush. Sure. Gush is good. But a 5 mana Divination, I don't know. It's a little suspect to me. So what would be great here? Jace would be great. Control Magic would be great. Restoration Angel is great. So yeah, I'm gonna play this island because they know about it. I'll resto the Reflector Mage. And bounce this Worm Coil, Engine Token, and then attack for millions. All right. Opponent going down to 4. Enlightened Tutor. Oh, goodness. What could this be? Disc is too slow. Can't be like Blight Steel. Oh, they just got nothing. They have to reveal it. They didn't reveal anything. And that's it. All right. Well, that was round 1. That was pretty good. And we'll see you all for round 2.